Good evening, all. Here we have another Huff video, which I haven't done in a long time. This time, we're not going to be critical, we're going to be nice. Actually, the reason why I'm going to react to this video is actually I agree with Steve in this particular video. This video actually blew me away. And it made me really scared at the same time. Yes, we're talking about AI. And the picture that's on the screen right now is not Judas Priest. It's actually an AI version of Steve. And he's going to give us some examples of some of the AI 20-minute video or 20-second videos that he has produced with some AI software and very, very minimal input. We're going to be talking about the consequences of AI intelligence. And yeah, it looks like in my opinion, we've let a box into the henhouse of the internet, and possibly it's going to ruin the internet. But let's get into the video. Raise your hands, let the light pour in. We are forever where the stars begin. We love you.
I think we're really in trouble here.
You got a very, very nice house, I have to say. Steve has has kind of a land. He bought some forestry, a kind of a wooded area, way out in the countryside, and he's got some wooden buildings, and this is his house, and this is his porch. Very nice, Steve. Unless it's AI. But I think I've seen a fan spinning in the background. So I think this is his actual porch. Anyway, continue, Steve. Sorry about that.
And I'm talking about the human race is in trouble here. And I'm not talking about the spirit predictions that I've been posting about 2030.
Steve, sometimes I'm going to. Steve has often put out predictions that the spirits told him that we're all screwed and stuff like that. I'm going to try and avoid commenting on that because it's kind of. It's not what this video is about, let's just say. Right, let's go.
Of course, if all that comes to pass, what I'm going to talk about today, this might be something that helps push us to that in some weird way.
I think you might be right, actually. You know, let's just say, if you're a YouTube creator and you create videos, how many times have you made a video explaining something in detail, right? That goes for you too, Steve, right? You explain something in detail and people write in the comments asking you to explain yourself in detail again. When you've already said it in the video. All you have to do is pay attention to the video. So if people are that stupid now, what is AI going to do? I mean, like, people are falling for this stuff all the time. It's all over Facebook. I've seen little small videos on Facebook of these jungle people from tribes catching this big massive snake, and the snake's the size of a house. And then you look in the comment section and people are going, wow, that's mad. You know, and then fishermen catching these big giant fish. And people are amazed by it. Oh my God. You know, it's quite obviously fake. But with the way AI is going, it's very, very close to reality. There's a couple of tweaks there's a couple of little things that you can still figure out. Tweaks in the sound, like there's a limited pitch in the sound, and there's a couple of twitches with the mouth and twitches with the eye. They're only small things. I mean, like, it wasn't that long ago where AI was robotic voiced, and it was very glitchy and all that kind of stuff. Now, if this video glitches, it's my computer, and I'm going to leave a link to the video either in the description or at the end of the video, so you can watch Steve's video.
And I'm talking about the most recent developments in artificial intelligence, and it's crazy. I'm going to show you guys some things here that are going to blow your mind, and some of you may be aware of this stuff, and some of you may not even be aware this exists.
Here's the thing. Remember back in the 80s and 90s, you had these programs like Knight Rider. Knight Rider was Kit the car that was able to talk and was able to get information to the driver, and had this robotic voice. Michael, you watch out for this, and it was able to do these radar-y things and able to predict that there was, people trying to block the road around the corner and all this kind of stuff. And then there was a dash full of buttons. The future was all going to be loads and loads of buttons, and a machine that talked to you. The machine that talked to you is coming through. The buttons not so much. The buttons turned into screens, which you press on the screen like your phone and stuff. It can be a pain in the ass. I kind of rather the buttons, especially on cars. But that was harmless stuff. We're talking about the internet here. We're talking about bringing this kind of technology into the internet where they're charlatans. Look, a lot of inventions, a lot of discoveries has got a purpose that is for good. But there's always somebody that's going to try and turn it into something for bad. It's already happened. People are fooled by false information on platforms like YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. People are falling for stupid shit. People were already falling for stupid shit before AI. The other part of it is with video creation, making films. When I started YouTube, I couldn't edit to save my life. I couldn't even put two files together. So my videos were 20 minutes long, because that's how long the files on my camcorder were until they split into another file. If they split into another file, I was in trouble because I couldn't stick those files together. So I would do videos saying, "Hi guys, I'm going to do a video," do the video, look at my watch, and finish the video before the 20 minutes was up, because I didn't know how to edit. I learned to edit over the years. I learned to do it better. I learned to do it in a different way. I learned different softwares. It benefited me to learn a new skill. But if that's taken away from you, where's the creativity? Making videos on YouTube is about the creativity. But there's channels out there, and it's all AI. A lot of it's bad information, false information, fake news, blah, blah, blah. That's not creativity, it's just propaganda. And that's what the problem is.
And the fact is that AI tech has exploded, and it has gotten so good in such a short amount of time. And I'm talking about video creation AI, music creation AI.
Here's the thing. Over the last couple of days, I've been doing some proper paranormal research into 1980s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s proper paranormal investigating before the flashy balls and the stupid cheap equipment. The concern back then was when they turned from using camcorders with tape to digital, the concern was that they weren't going to be able to figure out what was fake and what was real. Then again, people, you know, learned how to debunk some of those videos. But not everybody could. And not everybody can. This is another level that's way, way bigger than that. And when you're talking about paranormal stuff, it makes it even harder. So, if you're a genuine paranormal investigator that wants to go out and find the truth, and in a lot of cases, I go out to try to find the truth for myself. Because at the end of the day, who's going to believe me unless I'm really? If you're there, when you're there and you're doing it yourself, you know what's real and what isn't real. You get to know the creator by their track record of being honest. And you grow a reputation and stuff like that. I've lost my train of thought. But, here's the thing. With paranormal investigating, I think on YouTube, people people are more into the entertainment and the scary bits, because paranormal, I noticed over the last 10 years, before that, I've watched 50, 60, something like 70 videos from the 70s, 80s and 90s. The word demon, demonic, devil came up once in about 70 to 80 videos that I've watched, and I've downloaded for my own sort of research kind of thing. The last 10 years, if you didn't put a demon or, something scary in the title to attract the viewers don't care, because it's entertaining. They want to be entertained. Doesn't matter if it's a flippin' truth. Thing is, if you are a genuine paranormal investigator, do it for you. Because at the end of the day, we're stuck on an internet now that is developing these kinds of things that can fake everything. So, with the advancements in AI, it's going to be very, very hard to find the difference between what's real and what isn't. So, you trying to convince the public that what your evidence is true is starting to become more and more difficult, because the truth is starting to become scarce with all these fake pieces of content.
I am not a fan of AI. I'm going to say that right now. And after the AI you see in this video, I'm never using it again, because I feel it's going to contribute to the downfall of people. And there's so many reasons why. If we just talk about AI as what it can do, like something like the app Grok, I downloaded the app Grok, and you can talk to it like you're talking to a real person. And I said,
you know more about it than me. You know more about it than me, because I didn't know what these people were using. I know there was somebody that I was commentating on, and they were using AI to talk to celebrities and stuff that had passed away, sort of thing. And I didn't know what kind of software they were using. I had no idea. And I wouldn't mind, but the person I was talking about isn't very tech savvy. But I still didn't know. They know more than me. I use the computer to watch YouTube videos and edit videos. That's about it. That's about as far as my skills goes.
Can you code an app for me if I have an app idea and code it and do everything and package it, make the graphics and have it ready to send to the app stores? And not only did the voice say yes, in about 4 minutes, it created a whole app to my specifications, a paranormal app, and told me step-by-step directions, what to download on my Mac and computer to get it ready to upload to the app stores, step by step. I know nothing about how to code apps. I never made my own app. Others have made them to my specifications, but I'm not a programmer, right? So this AI is just like, yeah, I can get it. You should hear it. It's like, yeah, maybe I'll redo the conversation and put a clip in right here so you can see how this AI is talking to me and telling me what we can do.
Here's the thing. What he's just said, right? What he's just said about creating that app. Now, I'm not, you know, I'm not a fan of apps, but at the same time, you know, you got to admire the process, the creativity. How long does it take to make apps? Possibly weeks, possibly months. It takes a bit of tweaking and that. You're learning all the time. The brain is working all the time. Steve has just basically said, can you make me an app with no words in it? Just phonetic sounds, partial words. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Can you do it this way, that way, that way? Yeah, sure. It's done in 4 minutes. Where's the learning in that? Where's the figuring out the puzzle? How to make it better, you got to get the brain moving here. You don't need to use your brain anymore when you got technology like this, which is turning our society into very stupid people.
Once you download Flutter and get your project running, you'll see the word hello or ghost pop up every couple seconds while it's listening. Then we can add the phonetic sound, maybe a voice that says it, and let you save recordings later.
Yeah, but I don't want any real words in this app, just phonetic sounds and in a certain way. Is that something that's possible?
Absolutely. Just pairs of letters. No full words on screen. When it's running, the app plays the sound, like D, E, or A, B, and logs which pair came up. At the end, you stitch them together yourself, like old school Ouija style. No dictionary, no guesses, just raw phonetics. Easy tweak. I'll strip out the word list, add a speaker icon, and make each pair say itself aloud with text-to-speech. Want that?
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let me get back to you in a few minutes. I'm working on a video.
Sure thing. Good luck with the video.
So if you take that out of the equation about how smart AI is, about what it can do, think about all the jobs AI is 100% fact going to start taking away. But I'm not going to talk about that aspect of AI. I'm talking about music and video creation AI, things that will be used as weapons to sow discord. People will not know what's real and what's fake. Now,
You know, I know Steve has a habit of predicting catastrophic things and a future of doom and stuff like that. I can't help but agree with him in this particular case because, you know, when you look at the internet now and the amount of fakery that's out there, and I'm not just talking about the paranormal, I'm talking about news in general. There's an example, right? You remember American Pickers? And there was at this moment in time, I don't know what's real or what's not real. Apparently, one of the guys from the main guy from American Pickers was supposed to have gone to jail. The girl that was in it was supposed to have gone to jail for conspiracy to murder one of the co-hosts. then I look at similar videos. It recommends me other videos. And it was coming up that the main guy from American Pickers is dead. Another video saying he's out of jail. Another video says he was in a massive car accident. And I'm thinking, I wanted to find out what exactly happened on American Pickers. And I'm getting conflicting stories, and they're all AI, and I'm going, this is a waste of flipping time. Because I don't know what the flipping truth is. I don't know what happened. Do you know? The main guy was supposed to go to jail for fraud or something like that. I don't even know. That could be fucking AI information that I fell for in the beginning. It's flipping crazy. But how could he have a car accident if he's in jail? There was other videos. All sorts of crazy videos about flipping celebrities and what's happened to them. And they're all AI. And they're all flipping fake. All of them. Most of them. False information. You know? And it ends up being confusing. The best thing, I thought, the best thing is avoid AI videos altogether. If there's an AI voice, click it off. Go to a proper video made by a proper person. But soon, they'll perfect the voice in AI, and you won't know the difference. I actually know the difference right now, because there's a limitation in pitch with AI voice. But there's going to be a time, and it's not going to be that long away, where, you know, AI is going to be the same as real vocal tones. I'm not going to know the difference. Do you know? And it's destroying platforms like YouTube and Facebook. And if they don't do something about it, it's going to be pretty bad.
Downloaded Sora 2 AI, and somehow it let me in without an invite code. I don't know how. Most people need an invite code. And you can write anything as a prompt, as little as one sentence or as long as you want. Depends on how detailed you want the scene. I was just writing 1 and 2 sentence prompts, and the videos that were coming from it are absolutely insane. I sent 3 to my mom, and she thought I made these videos, and she thought they were crazy. And I said, no, that's AI, and she didn't understand it. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of these videos in a minute.
That's one of the reasons why I'm making these videos. These videos are flipping insane.
But I also used an app that makes AI music. And for 2 of them, I wrote lyrics. I wrote one for Debbie, and I wrote another one about how love is the key. And I put the lyrics in, told it what style I would want back, and it made me 2 beautiful songs. I mean,
there's a slight amount of there's a bit of creativity in the AI music, but then again, you know, you see the problem there, where, you know, it takes a while to write a song in reality, but there's a creative process in there where the brain has to figure out certain things and learns a skill through that. You know, and I understand that, you know, writing a script and getting AI to make the song, you know, it's good in that way. It's good in that way, as long as it doesn't take away from music itself, the traditional way of making music. Do you know? Because, you know, people are now writing songs that never wrote songs before. Do you know? But it can get out of hand just like any other thing if it's in the wrong hands, you know. But, you know, the big concern I have is actually the videos.
I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I'll play those for you in this as well. But first, let's get to these videos. Now, this is still early. It was like a year ago we were seeing videos of people they were posting on YouTube, like of celebrities, you know, Trump, Biden, all this stuff. They were making these goofy videos on YouTube using AI about a year ago, and you could tell it was really fake, right? But it was pretty good.
Yeah, there was a lot of glitching in the eyes and the mouth and stuff. They didn't fully get it right. It's getting a lot better now, but over the last while, it's been getting really, really good. You know?
Jump to a year later now, and it's getting to the point where you can't tell what's real or fake. Imagine what's going to happen in 1, 2, 3 years from now. Full movies will be made with AI. Actors and actresses, you won't need them. If this world exists after 2030, you won't need them because movies will be made with AI. Think about news broadcasts with a level of realism that is just like you're watching the news. That will be done with AI eventually. People are already flooding TikTok and YouTube with fake AI videos. And Sora 2 puts a watermark on the screen, but there's 20, 30 free apps or links you can go to, just Google it, that will remove the watermark. I tested that too, and it removed the watermark cleanly. So these videos will be made here soon to trick people, to fool people, to divide people. It's going to be chaotic.
Absolutely. Like it says, there's always somebody that wants to use it for bad. And at the moment, and AI is only in its, you know, in its infancy, or you know, it's only the start of AI. We're already getting false information. Then again, they want to put AI into cars, to have self-driving cars. So you get into a car, it doesn't have a steering wheel. You get in, you sit down, and you tell the car where to go. Part of the fun of having a car is being able to drive it yourself. Why would I want to have a car that I hop into like an egg and just sit down and tell it where to go? Where's the fun in that? I don't like that future at all. I just don't.
So the acting industry down the road, that's going to start becoming AI. Big actors can license their likeness, but I think AI is going to start creating new stars for movies. It's going to be crazy. Life as we know it, have known it, is not going to be the same going forward, say in 1 or 2 years. It's going to be nuts, and it's not good.
The thing is, the film industry is going to go along with it. Do you know why? For the small amount of videos that you have just made, which we're going to see, takes thousands and thousands of dollars. If the film industry can make things cheaper and less people on the payroll, they're going to do that. The thing is, will society accept it? And I don't think we should. I don't think we should. Acting is a skill in itself. People, you know, have dreams. They practice. They work hard at it. And then it's replaced by artificial intelligence. It's a bit of a kick in the gut, to be honest with you, when you think about it. But the acting industry, the film industry, are greedy people. They're going to make things for maximum profit. Maximum profit is making things cheap as possible and getting as much out of it. And if society accepts it, it's going to be a thing. And there's no stopping it. That's the flipping problem, like.
So yeah, let's take a look at these videos I made. I'll put a slew of them up here. They're 10 seconds each. And soon we'll start seeing these services offering 20-second, 30-second, 3-minute, 10-minute videos.
These are crazy.
It's going to get insane. But take a look at these.
Password?
East wind.
You're good? Step in.
Evening, what'll it be?
Rye. Neat.
You got it.
Here's to a night that sings.
That's flippin' crazy.
Here with us tonight? Say your name for me. What year do you remember? Did you build this place? I can hear you in the static. Keep talking. Thank you.
Back, we're sitting with President Abraham Lincoln and 3 women who all say they've been dating him at the same time.
You told me I was the only one, Abe. Then I find a dinner receipt with her name on it.
He was texting me goodnight while he was at her apartment, and
This is the new Thermoglide snow melter. Instead of throwing the snow, it uses a heated plate to melt it as you walk. Watch the pavement. No piles, just a clear, dry path. The coils reach 260 degrees.
Okay, let's go.
That was wild. Ah! Oh no! Take me back to 2025 now! Take me back!
This is a yeared. Grown for 1 year.
Caught that one. Faster than lead. Every time.
Right on me. Come on. Whoa! Hold together, girl. Not today. Still with me.
Get me back to 2025 and fast.
The Grand Canyon, and it's time to jump. Woo! What a view! Absolutely incredible. Floating over those cliffs, river down there. This is unreal. Safe on the ground. That was one for the books.
Love is always the key. Who is here?
Come on, little guy. Let's go check out the woods.
Ah, we
Air's
doggy.
crisp today. You like hearing the birds, huh? All new smells out here. You're softer than the moss. You know that? You're safe with me, buddy.
Now,
We
I
dug-
starred in none of those videos. When I opened up Sora 2, took a picture of my face, had me say 3 numbers, and then you just tell it to put you in videos in all kinds of situations. And it made me, exactly me, with my voice and likeness as a rock star. It made me flying a helipod or a plane. I made fake commercials. This is insane, guys.
That's flipping nuts. I mean, like the video quality has got so much better. Like, and I don't see any harm in making these videos for a bit of a laugh, as long as you're, honest that they're artificial intelligence. But the thing is, there's always, like anything in society, there's always going to be charlatans. We all know that because it's a flipping paranormal community. That's what we're from. It's full of it. And, people find different ways of telling absolute lies, and people fall for it. People fall for really stupid shit, like, it's flipping crazy. I mean, I seen there when he was walking through the graveyard, you could actually see a puddle of water on the footpath itself. It's mad. And that would have taken a bit of editing to do it properly, to do it the conventional way, let's just say,
So right now, I just deleted Sora 2 off my phone. I deleted Grok. I'm deleting every AI app. I'm not going to try it anymore because I don't want to be a part of it. Think about the paranormal, right?
Exactly, exactly. Like I says, there was concerns. There was concerns when people moved from videotape to digital. That digital was going to be very easy to manipulate, and it was going to be impossible to figure out what was real and what's not real. You know, it's not 100%, but it sometimes does take an expert to find out what is real and what isn't real. But there's more fake stuff on the internet, more fake videos on YouTube than real ones.
There's going to be people, there are already people making AI apps with AI responses. Think about people making videos in the future that look as real to fool you with spirit communication. This is stuff that's going to happen in the next few years. So I don't see any good coming out of AI at all. At all. I mean, there's people who say, no, there's a lot of good that can come from it. Look, someone's going to say, it wrote you an app. You can put this app out and make money. Yeah, but so can a million other people.
Here's the thing. I have, over the last number of days, because I was sick, watched about 75 to 80 videos on paranormal investigations from the early 70s to the early 2000s. And it's very different to the last 10 years, where back in that period of time, there was more. It was more open and honest, and people were more willing to get a second opinion from experts in certain fields, like the science community, the medical community, etc. Audio engineers or audio analysts, parapsychologists, psychologists, doctors. You know, people were more willing back then to approach those people and say, can you have a look at this, or can you listen to this and tell us what you think? Doesn't happen in the last 10 years. People have put out videos with the emphasis on trust me, bro. And with the paranormal, it's very important that you have a reputation of being totally honest. If you don't, you're kind of fucked. You know? If you got a reputation of being honest, you're not going to use AI. But then again, does people want to watch the real paranormal, or do they want to watch the scary shit? Between the early 70s and the early 2000s, from all of those videos that I watched, there was one video that mentioned demons. There was no mentions of devils or demonic activity, even though there was negative activity in some locations. They weren't willing to jump to conclusions, unlike today. So we as a paranormal community, have actually shot ourselves in the foot by trying to be a superstar rather than trying to just put out evidence. People want to be famous for doing certain things. People want to be famous for being paranormal investigator, rather than putting out a bit of evidence and let the evidence, speak for itself, and have a reputation of being honest. But then again, you are thorough, like you were people were in the 70s and 80s and 90s, with all sorts of frequency counters and all sorts of equipment that was big and bulky comparison today, but they were actually still more advanced. people aren't going to watch because it's too nerdy. It's too scientific. People want to watch you making a horror video. And it has to be negative. There has to be demons in it. There has to be devils in it. There has to be demonic activity in the basement. All that kind of shit. And it's sad. Because people are doing honest work. Some people have an honest reputation. Nobody gives two fucks about you. It's the reality of it. You may have a handful of people that will support you and understand your nerdiness. But when you get into paranormal, proper paranormal investigating, you have to get a bit nerdy. Because there is a bit of science to it. There is a bit of electronics to it. There is a bit of scientific analysis to it. There is a bit of logic to it. But over the last 10 years, logic has gone out the flipping window. But with AI, it's going to be a lot worse. I can't see it being very, very beneficial at all. I can see some AI things beneficial to people that are blind or disabilities and stuff like that. But then again, when you talk about, say, UFOs, why does the governments, talk about UFOs so much or look into possibility of UFOs? Because they want to find out what these UFOs are and possibly use that technology to fight the enemy. Not for the good of mankind. Fuck mankind. Beat the enemy. You know, it was always tick, tick, tick. There was no give. You know? But AI is going to make things a lot more complicated.
It's not going to be good when everybody is just flooding social media with fake videos. And
it's going to be bollocks. It's going to be boring as fuck because people aren't using their brains anymore. People are already stupid enough. I think society has become really stupid over the last 10 years. Not able to think for themselves properly. Because they want everything, the information just handed to them. Now we're taking away creative processes as well by using AI. You know, there may be some good things in it, but I see where the bad things are, and I see where Steve is coming from here. It's not good. I don't want it. I don't want this. And as I says, when I hear an AI voice, I click off straight away because I don't trust it. I've already been fooled by AI videos, and I've ended up chasing my tail. Videos after videos after videos, and they're all kind of contradicting each other. I'm going, what is the truth here? What happened on American Pickers? Is the guy in jail or not? And if he's in jail, how did he have a car accident last week? It's just going, no, there's something flipping wrong here. Hundreds of videos on American Pickers, all contradicting each other, and I'm going, no. And that's where I put it. I just said, right, if I click on a video and it's an AI voice, I'm clicking off. I'm not watching it because I can't trust it. That's the way I do it. The only thing is, more and more is flooding into YouTube. You know, soon it'll overtake the creative process that we used to make our videos. The learning we have, the creativity we have, the pride we have in our work. And then we got junk. Stuff made from artificial intelligence. It's artificial, it's not real. We have to think about it that way. Yes, it probably can do fantastic things, as Steve has shown. But at the detriment of us learning. The brain has to learn all the time. It needs to be stimulated. It needs to learn new things. We're not going to learn new things if we're going to get computers to do everything for us. What about schools in the future? Like I asked before in a video, because the internet's about and it's got all the information you need, how do people do homework without cheating? I don't know how that works now. When we were at school, we had, all the different subjects, and we get homework for each different subject, which we have to do when we go home. Don't know if they still do that. But if they do that, you can go on the internet and get the answers to the questions. I just don't know how it works. But AI, you just ask the machine, ask your phone, and it'll tell you everything you want to know. It's crazy, like. As it says, it's good for some things, but, it's not good. It's not good when it takes away the creativity. We take pride in putting things together. We can look back on a video and say, I've done a great job on that video. AI, that is, you kill all that. It may make a brilliant video looks like a blockbuster film, but you didn't have any part of it. AI done it.
And that's what's happening on TikTok. I go on TikTok.
Don't go on TikTok, for fuck's sake, Steve. Steve, what age are you? You shouldn't be on TikTok. TikTok, fuck me. TikTok. When I heard about TikTok first, a platform where you make 1-minute videos, I'm saying, why do I want to have 1-minute videos? I want to sit down and watch a 20-minute video. I want to sit down and have a cup of tea and relax. I don't want to watch 1-minute videos. But people nowadays, if you make anything more than 20 minutes, they're complaining. Oh, the video's very long. Here's another thing. I asked Steve a question a number of years ago in his comment section, and Steve used to get a lot of comments. He's got 1.6 million subscribers. He caught on to one of my questions, and he wrote what would be equivalent to a page in a novel. Loads of paragraphs and the whole lot. It was a big lump. If you write anything more than 2 sentences, people say that you've wrote a book in the comment section. People don't like that. They don't want any more than 2 minutes. But I was actually grateful for the big long comment, because he actually looked at my question and he took time to write a big long comment. He took that time for me, which I appreciate, even though I don't agree with a lot of things and I have a lot of issues in that. I still appreciate the fact that he took the time to write what would be considered a book now. But, I appreciate that he actually made an effort to reply to my question in such great detail. But people sometimes just give out. Why are you writing a book? I can't read all that. I'm not a very good reader either, like. I took my time with it, because he took the time to flip and write a big long comment for me. I don't know where I was going
Half
with that.
the videos I see are from Sora 2, and people are removing the watermarks. And the comments, they think it's real.
Yeah.
Imagine what...
You watch a fake paranormal video, and the amount of people in the comments that just go, oh, be careful, guys. These fake paranormal channels, these fake ghost hunters. Oh, be careful, guys. Why bring some sage and holy water and all this kind of shit. And it's quite obvious that they're full of shit. And people haven't got the brains to figure that out. People fall for all sorts of shit. What's going to happen with AI? When I fell for some shit, I actually copped on eventually, but Genie Mac. Still don't know what happened to American Pickers.
Politicians start using this stuff. Imagine when powerful people start using this stuff to fool the public. Imagine if someone made a video AI of the president announcing we're sending nuclear weapons to Russia, or we're firing nuclear weapons to Russia or China. That would fool people and scare the hell out of everybody.
Exactly. I mean, like, and you have some of those countries that do very bad things, you know, propaganda purposes and stuff like that. It can go into the wrong hands and be used in a very, very bad way. I don't think they thought this through very well. Yes, AI can be useful in other ways, but, you know, I think it might destroy the internet, to be honest with you. Because there's so much misinformation on it as it is. The introduction of AI where people can be who they want to be and say what they want to say, and people being so stupid they believe everything that they say, what's the future hold for us?
AI is not good, and we're entering a dangerous place. And all of this leads up to 2030 and what spirits have been warning us about for years now. They haven't specifically mentioned AI. They were talking about wars and people. But now when I see what they're talking about, the hungry people, the no food, the people on the streets, the mass amounts of people homeless, could AI have a part of that? Taking jobs away? I don't know, man. I don't know what's to come. But this AI stuff is scary, and it's not good in any way. I will not be using it for anything from this moment on. I thought it was cool when I wrote those 2 songs, and I was like, wow, look at what AI did. I made this song. I thought...
Do you know, I'm going off topic a little bit about jobs. A number of, there was bargain stores in the city here. They recently, or the last number of years, decided to bring in these automatic checkouts, right? And there'd be one person in charge of all the checkouts to make sure everything's going okay. I'd rather go and check out and pay my money to a person. Because every time I go to a flipping a self-checkout, it goes badly wrong, and I need assistance anyway. There's a petrol station a number of miles down the road who spent, was it 15,000 or so, or a large sum of money on self-checkouts. And every time I go into that shop, nobody uses them. They'd rather queue up and deal with the person. It's not AI, but it's, you know what I mean, person-to-person contact. Saying hello to person. You can't... These shops are replacing staff with these machines that sometimes don't work. And it's not really taken very well. A lot of people just don't want these self-checkouts. They'd rather talk to a person. I don't know how... has it got... Well, it kind of has something to do with AI. It's taking the job from the person. You know? When I go buy something, I'd rather talk to a person and deal with them rather than a machine. A machine doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have a personality, if you know what I'm saying.
Thought it was cool when it took me back in time to a speakeasy in 1939. But damn, what's the point of all this?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, it's cool and all, right? It's cool and all. But there you have it again when it comes to the platforms. there's we talk about the paranormal, right? You've got people that want to make a scary video. They want to be the ghost hunters that goes out and there's something happening every 5 minutes. That's all well and good, as long as you label it as an entertainment, not to take it seriously. But people don't do that. It's okay for you to have these videos. It's fun. It's crazy. It's exciting and that. But if you were to put that on YouTube, you would have a moral responsibility of saying, listen, guys, this is for entertainment purposes. This isn't real. This is AI. We've a moral obligation. But then morals has kind of gone all over the place. People move the goalposts to suit themselves, if you know what I'm saying. You know?
We're going to be bombarded with all these fake videos, and it's just going to be too much.
We are already being bombarded with all these fake videos. I still don't know what happened to American Pickers. I was very confused. I'll say no more about American Pickers, okay? But that was just an example. And I thought the Ford Capri was coming back, but apparently it's not. It was fake too. And the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Very disappointed. And I was very angry that I actually fell for that shit. But now, I will not, if I click on a video and it's an AI voice, I'm clicking off straight away because I can't trust it. I can't trust it. YouTube needs to deal with this. Otherwise, it's going to turn into an absolute and total shambles. That includes Facebook, TikTok, any of these other platforms. They have to do something about this. Because if they don't, we're just going to be bombarded with crap. We're already being bombarded with crap. We're a bit too late for that. But, yeah.
And as humans are, we will get tired of this, and we won't know what's real or fake. I don't know. I don't want to...
It's already happening, Steve. It's already happening. Best thing to do is if you see a video and you click on it and it's an AI voice, click off. You can't match. Well, they're about to match, but you know, real videos, real people, real videos. Do you know, the soul of the person, the personality of the person. Is AI going to be able to match that? Do you know that's something, it's very hard to explain. But at the moment, I can still indicate what is a AI voice and what isn't. And I don't want to listen to an AI voice. It's boring, it's monotone. There's restrictions in the tones. I know what an AI voice is. I don't want to listen to a video like that. I'm not going to trust a video like that. That's why I just click off and I try to find information from a real person that does real things on camera. Then again, can you trust them too?
I keep going, but yeah. AI is taking us into a dangerous place. I was hoping YouTube and TikTok would not allow AI content.
Bit late for that. They've already let the fox into the henhouse, Steve. It's too late for that. I think they were trying to clamp down on things. But I don't think they're going to be able to control it, to be honest with you.
But it seems like they're starting to embrace it because they can't stop it.
It's all about making money. They can make money from it. They don't give a shit.
But we'll see what becomes of the future. And as that app that I had it program, I don't know if I'll make it.
Please don't. Don't. Right, let's say you're going to do it. Now, I'm not a very good person with apps. I don't like apps. I don't like software. I don't like apps. Not that I haven't used them. I've tried them, maybe not enough or whatever. But if you are going to release it, would you be honest and say that AI made this app? That's the thing. Or are we going to move the moral goalpost to suit ourselves and take the credibility for making that app? That's the thing. A lot of people would say, no, I'm going to look like a really smart person because people are going to think that I made the app and be okay with that. I don't think you should do it, to be honest with you. I don't know what you do at the moment, but, don't do this.
Probably not, but I have everything downloaded, ready to go. I just have to insert the code and test it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, I just wanted to put this out there.
I'm going to delete my apps that AI, and I don't like AI. But I see a bit of hesitation about this app. I reckon, not that there's anything wrong with it, you're curious to see will the app work, and you're going to test it over the next couple of months, and you're going to make videos about it. You're going to release it to the public. Don't think you should. But if you're curious, maybe test it over. I can see you doing that because, people are curious and stuff. But don't go selling these apps. Don't. If you're going to take a stand, take a stand. Don't put it on the market. Do you know what I mean? But you didn't put in the work, if you know what I mean.
I love you all. I thank you all. And I'll see you soon. I'll have a session soon.
It's okay.
Let me know what you guys want to see. If you want a particular session, leave a comment below and let me know what you want to see.
Do whatever you want, Steve. Just please, don't be a coffin chaser. Don't start doing spurt box sessions on celebrities the minute they just died, because you're not thinking about the families. That's why I have this problem with you, Steve. That's basically it. Famous people are people too, and they have families, they have friends and stuff like that. You trying to communicate with them, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry doing the same thing. It's just not taking the families into consideration, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to say anything more on that because, I've agreed with most of what you said today. So, see you in the next video, folks. I hope it wasn't glitchy. If it was, well, I'm going to share the original videos either in the description or at the end of the video. Because no doubt my computer has glitched this whole thing and this was a waste of flipping time. But we'll see. This is my 4th time trying to make the video. Please make it work this time. Thank you and bye.